Luz, as most of you know me as Luz Irene on Instagram. I recently did a poll of questions you guys could ask and I would answer in my first YouTube video. So this is the video. Let's get to the questions. First question was, after the noodle challenge, did you guys have the runs? So the noodle challenge, we've actually done two. One of them is on the works and is being edited, but the first one we did, I did not have the runs. I believe Eric didn't have the runs either. It was spicy, but I think after an hour we were fine. The second one, you guys need to be looking out for that video. That one has 2 guests in it and it got intense. The second question is, what's my favorite color? What's my favorite color? I do like pink. If it's not pink, it's probably black, but it's either of those 2 colors. What are some of your favorite foods? I like Mexican food, and I like French fries, and I like Chick-fil-A and hot Cheetos. Those are probably my favorite foods, but mostly Mexican food. Annoying question people ask is probably, why did I get married so young? I think that's a pretty annoying question. I think people can do whatever they want. Are you usually early or late? I am usually late for everything. You can tell me to be there 30 minutes prior to and I'll still be late, one way or another. Not fashionably late because I don't wear makeup, so I don't take time on getting ready. Well, the next question was, what do you wish you knew more about? I don't know what they're referring to, but if I wish I knew more about like outer space, I think that would be cool to know what goes on in the real world. What job do you think you would be really good at? I think I would be really good at public speaking. I think I have a lot of knowledge at my young age, but it's weird talking to a camera, but probably talking to people, it's a lot better. Next question is, what hobby would you get into if money weren't an issue? I think traveling would be cool if money wasn't an issue. I don't travel much, but I would like to travel. If money wasn't an issue, that would be a nice hobby to get into. Next question is, actually a lot of people ask this question. Pretty much, they said, when are you planning on making me a tia? As you can tell, it was a question from my sisters. I don't know when I would want to start having a family. I have 2 dogs, Bruno and Bella. I don't know about children yet. We're still really young, so maybe in the future, maybe at like 25, 24, not anytime soon. Another question was, what are you doing to keep your tummy flat? I don't have a flat tummy. It might look like I do in my Instagram pictures, but I don't. I do have a little cut somewhere in there. I'm not skinny. I don't eat the best. I think I could eat a lot better. So I don't really know how to answer that question. It's probably just the angles I get on Instagram. And then somebody else asked, what attracted you to Eric? Which is a funny question. Eric is my husband, for those that don't know. Me and Eric have been together for 5 years now. 1 year married. So 5 years, 1 year married, but a total of 5 years. What attracted me to Eric? I don't know, his slick self, I guess. He was really flirty when I met him. Still is. Next question. Did you guys get help for your house? If so, what kind of help? Actually, no. Me and Eric did not get help financially. They do offer help for first-time home buyers, but me and Eric decided not to take that. If you want more information, you can always DM me and I can answer those to the best of my knowledge. But no, me and Eric did not get help to get our house. Next question was, when people look at you, what do you think they see or think? That's a funny question because mostly when people first meet me, they don't like me, or they just assume that I'm very stuck up. I'm not. If I have friends that used to not like me before they met me, and then they get to know me and then they're like, you're actually pretty cool and you're not what I thought. So I think that's what people think of me, pretty much, that I'm just stuck up. Next question is, what do you take for granted? I think everybody takes something for granted that they don't really think that they do, but I think the most one is like life. I don't think we really appreciate what we have as far as living. I think mostly people just live life to pay bills or to work, but we don't actually enjoy what life is about. Next question is, what's something that you're self-conscious about? That's a good question. Self-conscious, I don't like my height. I wish I was like 5'5", would have been like my ideal height. I'm 5'7". I think I'm very tall for a girl. I'm the tallest of pretty much all my friends, except maybe like 2, but I'm the tallest for sure. What could you give a 40-minute presentation on with absolutely no preparation? I think the Mandela effect. If you ask my husband or anybody that knows me, I've been like super into that lately. And I think I could go ahead and give a 40-minute presentation on that with no preparation. So ask me about it if you know me in person. What TV show or movie do you refuse to watch? There is no TV show that I refuse to watch, but there is something on YouTube that I do refuse to watch. You guys probably have heard of it. They're called the Ace Family. I don't watch any of their videos. I think they're very fake in their videos. Next question is, when people come to you for help, what do they usually want help with? Good question. I don't know, probably their cars, because they know my husband works on cars, so they think I know about cars, and they ask me, but then I just refer back to him, and then I'll answer back. If you didn't have to sleep, what would you do in the extra time? I'd probably eat in my extra time if I didn't have to sleep. But why wouldn't you want to sleep? That's like the best part of life, sleeping. Next question is, how did you get a house at such a young age? What was the process? So for those of you that don't know, me and Eric do have our own home. We actually pay a mortgage on our house. It's not a rented house. Most of you think it's a rented house. I was 19, Eric was 20 when we got our home. The process, it's kind of a long process if you don't have good credit. Thankfully, me and him had the good credit when we got our home. The first thing you want to do is make sure you have a good credit. You can always get secured credit cards with your bank. So I would make sure to get with your bank prior to looking to get a house. And then once you have good credit, it's get a realtor. The realtor will pretty much take care of everything else for you. They'll give you the amount of money that you get approved for to look for houses. Once you get that approved, they'll tell you how much money it is, and then they'll start showing you houses around that price range. Everything is pretty quick. I think once you have the money and you start looking for houses, like within a month and a half, you could have your home. But I think it's really important to speak to your realtor about what you really want and not hide. Or if you look on stuff online, like tell them what you're looking for. But I think it's really important that when you start looking for a house, you do not start buying furniture. I think that's a mistake people do. They don't want you to run your credit again until you got the key. Once you have the key to your house, then start looking for furniture. Because once they start running your credit, it could change before you get your key. So just make sure you speak to your realtor about it. We were lucky enough that nothing happened to us because we did run it in accident. And we were buying furniture. Our whole house, it's literally everything that me and Eric have bought. Maybe 1 or 2 things were gifted to us, but they're like little things. If you guys want a house tour, let me know. I could possibly do that for you guys. For the next question, it's going to be a question for my husband more than for myself. So let me go get him. I think he's in the living room. Eric. He's coming. He wasn't 4. Okay. So,
hi.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
The question was, what's a cuchini?
So when I was younger, me and my brothers would always call a fork a cucharin for some reason. And my mom never told us anything because she thought we were playing around. But all my life and all my brothers, basically, when we grew up, every time we wanted a fork, we would say, "Can you pass me a cucharin?" So there was this one time in school, we were in school for medical assistant, and we went out to eat with her friend, and they didn't get forks. So then I was like, "Oh, I'll go ahead and get the forks." So then I went up to the person in the front, and then I asked them for a cucharin, and they were just looking at me like, "What?" I was like, "A cucharin," you know, like, what the fuck, you know? And they just looked at me weird, so I gave up. I went back and sat down, and I was like, they didn't give me a cucharin. And then everybody looked at me all weird. So that's why they're probably asking that, because one of her friends remembers that, and I don't think they're ever gonna let that go. But I know what a fork is now in English.
In Spanish.
Or in Spanish, which is not a cucharin.
It's what?
Cucharin. It's a tenedor. Anyways, tenedor. I gotta go work on my car.
Alright, well that was his answer to what's a cucharin. To whoever asked that question, that's a good question. Next question is, where have I been? I have been working and living life with my husband. I don't use social media as much as I used to. I don't have a Facebook, so if there's a Facebook that looks like mine, it's not. I only have Instagram and Snapchat. I will leave my Instagram down below if you guys don't already follow me on there. That's pretty much where I spend most of my time. Okay, so my next question is, are you scared of heights? Yes, I do not like the heights. I am a very tall person already, so I don't think being higher than that is any fun. Next question is, do you have best friends? I have one, and I call him husband. I don't think you need other friends than your spouse. So that was all for today's questions. I think I did most of the questions. Like I said before, some of them were repeated, so if I missed yours, I am sorry. If I didn't answer some of the questions and you still want to know, either send me a DM on Instagram or leave them down below, and I can always try to make another video. I will be doing a mixture of videos coming soon. I'm not sure what the next video will be, but if you have any suggestions, please leave them down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed to my channel, and if you have any suggestions for my next videos, you can leave them down below. And I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye. Okay. Take 5. Hello, ladies and gents. This is Luz. I'm calling.
What are you calling?
I guess it's just a natural thing from work.